Gamers, welcome to the iconic lighthouse on Hollowrock. This heist has 15 objectives spread across this relatively small island map. The escape vehicle is conveniently located in the center of the map here, so we have a lot of flexibility to decide where we want to start. I decided that the furthest location on the right side of the map would make the most sense. I plan to pick up everything on the right side first, then loop around to the left side before coming in on the escape in the center. Let's get started. Here in the bottom right of the map, we're in a large warehouse. Underneath it is water access, but we won't be making use of that this run. All we did here was clear a path and position the chests a bit. Moving to the office and research building, I used a handrail I'd cut from the warehouse to make a ramp up to the second story. I made a hole to retrieve the first chest and adjusted both of the chests and set up a ramp here to get to this cable. Once I was on the cable, I jumped onto the roof. This gave me access to the grow building on the corner of the map. I made a small hole in the ceiling to grab its chest from. The lighthouse was difficult to access from here. I attempted a few things. I tried using the metal from the greenhouse roof to make a bridge, but failed all of those attempts. I ended up using my sledgehammer to take a sliver off the edge of the roof. I moved it closer and positioned it towards the lighthouse, and once I had it in a good position, I cabled it 3 times to the building to make sure the cables wouldn't snap, and jumped off the edge to connect another cable to the lighthouse. Once everything was connected, I used a plank on the end to make a walkable path, and after that I just needed to make a door and adjusted the chest a little bit. The next chest was below the lighthouse, so I just made another hole to drop down from. Once on the roof of the next building, I made a giant hole in that roof that I'd be able to jump through, and then I cleared out the upstairs room the chest was in. And then I made another large hole for me to exit and positioned the chest for the run. The following chests just needed to be positioned and have planks set up so I could run directly to the next locations. This office, this conference room, and then a couple large holes to get into the convenience store. Once inside the convenience store, I used a pipe bomb to make a hole in the wall to move towards the next chest. It was by itself in an office and just needed a quick adjustment. Back in the convenience store, I used a bomb to make an entry point and placed some planks to make getting across pretty easy. If you haven't subscribed, you should hit the subscribe button. Once I had the convenience store done, I walked through the office and out its balcony. I needed to get up to the large house at the bottom left of the map. I knocked out the supports to the large balcony above and was able to turn the entire balcony into a ramp up to the house. I used a couple planks to hold everything together and give myself a way up. At the top, I used the propane cylinders to make an entrance to the house. I repositioned the chest by the vault door and made my way back to the main floor. I destroyed the staircase and made a hole in the floor to access the second chest in the house. After repositioning the chest to sit in the hole I made, I moved on to the next building just outside the front door. I set up a plank to get over a half wall and landed on the patio of this little beach house thing. I removed all the patio furniture and used a bomb to get access to the chest below the floor. Then I used another bomb to make a pathway down to the cave system where the last chest is. I went ahead and opened the door with my shotgun and destroyed this rock wall with a bomb. I positioned a vehicle to get me to the escape helicopter faster and gave the run an attempt. It wasn't a very clean run since it was pretty easy once I got everything set up. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more.